I'm Shauna with Nitro Gear and Axle, and I'm here today to talk to you about TrailHero 2018.
So I'm actually all the way from Ohio, but I just moved to North Carolina in Fayetteville, so it was a pretty far drive all the way across the country.
I'm planning for, I don't know, 6-7 months, and I've been here, and it's like better than we thought.
You know, I think you really have to be involved to evolve.
It's not something that you just go do. Jeeping kind of becomes a part of who you are.
TrailHero is absolutely crazy. We've got right now 1,600 vehicles in a single day here on site, all trail riding, reaching out to the community, getting people with special needs out on the trails, getting veterans out on the trails. We're in the middle of watching rock racing and rock crawling and trail breaking and everyone converging onto one spot here in Hurricane, Utah, and it's been crazy.
2018 brings an all-new TrailHero and an all-new experience.
For us, coming into TrailHero, it all begins with the planning aspect, and we set out and we go execute that coming into the event, and it's mapping out all that terrain. We deal with 4 government agencies just to be able to put this on. We spend over $15,000 in just event site fees, and that doesn't include insurance and all the other stuff that's mandated by the state. Others do the rock crawl or the beach bash or whatever, and that starts with that core group of people who are, you know, just kind of putting all that together the weeks leading up to the event.
While Rich and the team were putting the finishing touches on the event, many had already started their journey.
All right, guys, welcome. I've already talked to everybody, but I'm glad you're all here. It's kind of fun. Good way to get out of the office for a week too, you know?
Hosted by Novak Conversions, War Hero to TrailHero is an annual tradition. Starting at the Utah-Idaho border, the journey is a 3-day adventure across the backways of Utah and Nevada.
We came up with an idea, do a ride that we go border to border, and we call it War Hero to TrailHero. We start in the northern portion of Utah at the Idaho border. We're out in the West Desert for 3 days, just a lot of dirt road therapy, you know.
to honor our veterans, both two-legged and four-wheeled, and have a blast, get to know more people, and get prepped for Trail Heroes coming up. 4 days of fun in the sun, on the rocks, and in the sand.
The Trail Hero Special Needs Access Trail Ride is designed for a very special group of people who, for many reasons, both physical and mental, don't have a lot of opportunities to get out and have adventures. Rich Klein and the Trail Hero team are trying to change that.
So on day one, Wednesday of the event, we've got the Special Needs Access Run. That starts at 10 o'clock at Lonnie Boy's Barbecue.
Okay, I'm Lon Allen, and my wife and I, Jean, own this place, Lonnie Boy's Barbecue, and we are so excited to have Trail Hero here in our town, and to have all of these guests come in, especially for the special needs people. We're excited to have them here.
We had Valley Academy show up with their special education program. We took 13 kids out on the trail along with some elderly folk.
And we went off-roading once, and his tire fell off, so we were stuck out there.
And our drivers are very well experienced, and a lot of these vehicles are built for very, very difficult trails. So they're overbuilt for our application today, and that actually makes it really nice because it's a more comfortable ride for you guys.
We did a special needs run with the local school out here, and we got to take out children with different disabilities, whether it be mental or physical. And so I actually got to take out a little boy from the local school as well.
Oh, hi. I like Jeeps.
And it was really awesome. We got to hit the trails majority of the day together. So with the Jeeps, I mean, it's a great opportunity for people who are unable to physically walk or hike to different locations, because literally all you have to do is just hop in your vehicle and go, and you're able to see places that you would have never been able to see if you didn't have the Jeep. It's really great to be able to provide something to the community and be able to be out here and helping, and you could see on each and every one of them how excited they were to be out here. And with most of the kids, even just living here, they've never been up here and they've never seen these things. It was a really great experience to be out here and help them.
Special Needs Day here up on the West Rim Trail. It's a wonderful day, and we got a bunch of kids going home with smiles on their faces. A bunch of drivers too.
About 25 participants total hit the trail, had a great time. Everyone came back with smiles. And that's really what this is about, you know? It's getting people out there that have never off-roaded, never had the opportunity, and now they're starting to think about, well, if I can't drive a vehicle onto that land over there, I'll never get a chance to see it. And so it's pretty vital for us to have the Special Needs Access Run.
Hi guys, I'm Waldy, owner of Waldy's Off-Road, Puerto Rico. I know you want to see my Jeep wheel, and I will do it right now. Uh, 4 years ago, I came for the first time to wheeling here in the States, and I get in love.
I just need to burn my tires.
Warm them up a little bit,
And we just hit desert, rocks, sand, mud. I'm from Puerto Rico, in the middle of the island. I born in the off-roading because my dad used to do off-roading in the CJ5 in the 80s. My brother started to do off-roading and I followed him. Wheeling here in the States is really different than in Puerto Rico. Here in Hurricane, San Halo, the trails are really hard. I think it's more harder than Moab because I push more my Jeep than I never do it. I try some obstacle that I can do it for the first time in my Jeep.
Guys can expect to jump in their rigs, have a good time on their trails, and as soon as they're done with their trails, they've got some sort of action happening. And that day, on Wednesday, is the Laser Nut BF Gooder Truck Race. The Laser Nut BF Gooder Truck Race, we have a lot of top racers come in. You've got Cody Wagner, who's always striving to get first place. Last year, he took second by a few feet. On his last lap, he broke, and he was in the lead, and he ended up losing to former king, Randy Slauson. Now you go into year 3, and Cody Wagner's coming out with a vengeance, and he's going to bump, pass, roll if he has to, just to get to that first place finish. He's been without it for 2 years now, and he wants to be able to have redemption there. The rock race is more about providing not just entertainment for the spectators, but a lot of these people, they've never even heard of rock racing. As much as in the sport we enjoy the sport of rock racing, there's a lot of people who've never heard about it. So the idea of hosting that and a trail ride event is pretty vital for us to be able to showcase the different aspects of rock sports to everyone. And that's how we're able to expand the sport, create new interest, hopefully create some younger talent that gets into the sport as well and has a good time, and that kind of perpetuates the longevity of what we do out here. You know, people, kids, they want to be Cody Wagner. You know, we see it in social media all the time. We love Cody Wagner, or we love Jesse Haynes, and these guys, not just grown-ups, but kids, they look up to the guys, and they try to build their little RC cars to look like the pro drivers' cars and have the same stickers, and their aspirations are to be that one day. So the more we have that race, the connection between the participant or the viewer and the driver, the better off we are in the long run to produce this sport in the long haul.
So all of a sudden, my journey right now, actually, I have just walked through a major threshold. I don't know where this is going to take me. I found myself in Georgia filming a television show on the History Channel called Truck Night in America. One of the reasons why I'm here is actually because of Truck Night in America. Rich Klein was in charge of all of our course. He was, kind of director of course management and creation on Truck Night. And Rich was telling us about the TrailHero event. that took place the first weekend in October. And I said, gosh, that sounds like a really, really fun thing. And I'm like, man, I don't really have a Jeep. I mean, we got the TJ that we tow behind the motorhome. He's like, it'll be fine, you'll love it. And here we are. So I got my wife driving today.
I have to tell you, this has been an exciting day. I'm actually behind the wheel of my TJ.
Actually, she's a very talented driver. She drives our semi around. She has her own stock car that she plays with on the Saturday night and what have you. So I'm doing the spotting and helping out on the trail with everybody else like we do out here on the trail.
The trail's been super exciting today, as in like this is the first time that I've ever gone to a challenge and had to bump myself up and crawl over.
Today she was in the stalker, which makes it kind of interesting actually. Driving a stock Jeep around on some complicated trails kind of adds to the fun.
First of all, when we were going down this super radical, steep stair-step straight down, the first thing I saw was the ground.
And she did great, followed some directions, worked her way up some steps and down some steps.
But I did get to see Glenn's mohawk and his hand up high in the air going, okay, keep it straight. But it was super crazy cool.
There's our first for you.
It's just fun, part of this whole thing is just being with friends and family and enjoying the scenery and playing with some of our toys too. And here we are, we drove down. It's been a beautiful 48 hours. We came and now we're out here in the outside having a great day out in the trail. It's just been a wonderful event.
Right there.
Again, 9 o'clock, down on the beach. That's where we stage everyone. But Thursday morning at about 10, we have the Veterans Access Ride.
We're at the TrailHero event. We're out on the West Rim Trail. And we're actually at Veterans Day, Veterans Trail Ride, and breakfast, which is the most important part of the day out here. And we got a beautiful sunny day, and we're in southern Utah enjoying all the scenery. That's what we're doing out here.
The trails between Wednesday and Thursday, they all change. But the Veterans Access Ride, every year, Thursday, that will never change. That is a staple of our event, and that's us giving back to the veteran community, showing them that, there's people that think about them all the time, people that want to give them opportunities out here, have fun, create that strong brotherhood that's so needed, not just for our sport or for our people to be able to thank them, but that they need to, the veterans need to understand that we really do appreciate everything that they did.
This year's veteran run was really good. We almost doubled last year.
And this year we had, I think, 35 vehicles out there. We had a total of 157 veterans running on the mountain with us.
It's been really great giving back and being able to provide rides and these opportunities to veterans who don't have this opportunity.
The vets don't always want to go on an access run. Sometimes they just want to go out and peel out on the mountain, and we want to provide that opportunity. And they get their wheeling day for free, and they get a chance to experience TrailHero on us just as a simple thank you. But when we all show up at the Harley-Davidson and have our catered breakfast and then go hit the trail, man, those guys and gals, they get a chance to experience things with their fellow brothers and sisters that understand where they're coming from. And we get a chance to be able to tell them, look, we needed you, and we still need you. And there's no reason to think otherwise. And so be here, have fun with it, And don't ever think that you're alone out there. You know, we're here to support you every way we can, and we just appreciate everything that they do.
Hold that line. Hold that line. There you go. Roll it out. Roll it out. There you go. Thank you.
So today we're out here on the Veterans Run, and we're actually being able to take out veterans and also some of the veterans' families out on rides. So today I have PJ with me, and her husband actually just passed away in February, and she is a widow. So she is riding with me today, and we've been having so much fun. It's been really great having another girl along with me, doing all the same obstacles as the guys. So it's been a lot of fun.
We had a really, really good time. We had one wife, a vet that died this last year, just after TrailHero last year.
I am here by invitation. My husband was out here last year. I couldn't come, but he came out with our brand new 4Runner and hooked up with Miles and did TrailHero, and I will never forget him coming in the door with his little placard, and he said, "You have to go next year. It is so cool." And he told me all that he had done and how helpful everybody was.
He had COPD and had some complications with his health, and passed that February after TrailHero. And I've kind of kept her in my mind this whole year, and then just a few weeks before TrailHero, I contacted her.
He said, "I have an empty seat for Doug on the Veterans Run, and I'm just wondering if you would like to sit in for him." And I was honored to be able to do that.
I think she had a great time. She kept saying his spirit animal, she said, was a red-tailed hawk, and there was one that pretty much followed us the whole trail. So she was pretty humbled and inspired. She really was.
Miles, who's been helping us set all this up, he gave me something that's near and dear to him, you know, and just a token of his appreciation. And it's not really something that I expect by any means, but he made me cry.
I want to say thank you for making this part of not just TrailHero, but the company itself. You kind of put this whole veteran and special needs thing kind of at the heart of it. A lot of people, I hear a lot of people talking about it because of that. So, my wife purchased something for me when I first came home, hurt from Iraq, and I never had it engraved, don't know why, but now I do. So, the veterans know what this is. It's an oversized challenge coin that my wife had purchased for me. It's just an Army coin. Sorry, Marines. But you know how it is, so Rich. Like it says TrailHero 2018 Veterans Access Trail Ride. Thank you, Rich Klein.
What do you mean? And he decided to gift that to me specifically, and so that meant a lot to me to have that and be a part of his journey and be able to reach out and for him to think that I was worthy of that. It's amazing, you know.
You know, getting the vets out and the people at TrailHero, everybody thinks it's the trails. I think it's the people. I love meeting the people. I love meeting the vets, getting out. That's what it is for me. It's getting out and doing some good and putting smiles on faces. That's why I do it.
I mean, it's been really great hanging out here with all the veterans. My grandpa was a veteran as well, so it's almost like I'm hanging out with him in a way. Everybody here has been so nice, and it's been a lot of fun being able to bring them out here.
We start Friday out on the beach at 9 o'clock. Of course, all your trails go again, but we've also got the Nitro Gear Ladies Run. And that to me is really cool because, you know, these girls, they wheel their butts off. You know, they're amazing drivers. They don't get the notoriety that most girls get. We're just happy to have them. And Shauna from Nitro Gear led the way.
The terrain out in Sand Hollow is insane. So on Friday, we did the ladies run up Milt's Mile, and I had pre-run this trail, but I feel like it's totally different when you get 15 Jeeps out there. There were some really technical notch type obstacles that you really needed like a 40-inch tire to get over, and this trail was only rated at a 7.
All the buggy obstacles, even if they weren't in buggies, they were out there trying it in their JKs and JLs, and that's kind of what it's about. You know, you get spot into a position, and then that's on you to overcome that.
These trails out here, they can be pretty difficult, especially because when it rains, it washes a lot of dirt down onto the rocks. It makes it more slick.
Okay, just real slow as you come off of it.
When the women are able to go back and forth and talk about certain things and work their way through it, you know, the pressure's off of them. They get a chance to just be there and have a good time with other girls and peel out, you know, and that's what it's all about out here.
Don't turn the wheel. You need to climb them together or you're slip. Just hold that line. Hold that line. Hold that line. When I tell you go a little driver, but not yet. Hold on. Come forward. Come forward. Come forward. Little this way.
There was a really cool one called Hard Right Turn, and that one was super cool because it looks like you're not going to be able to get up it in such a long wheelbase vehicle. As long as you have a rear locker, the rear end of the vehicle just scoops around and goes right up this obstacle. It's super cool. I've never been to an area that has rock and then really challenging obstacles and then sand dunes all in the same spot. It's insane.
Here you've got 18 women that all come together and go conquer a trail. And man, they did Milt's Mile in fashion. Like, they just killed it. It was so fun to watch them run. And all the buggy obstacles, even if they weren't in buggies, they were out there trying it in their JKs and JLs. And that's kind of what it's about, you know?
1, 2, 3.
Saturday, you kick off Saturday like it's the last day of the event, right? Everyone's kind of excited, except this year it was a torrential downpour, right? So to be in Hurricane, Utah and have a hurricane affect TrailHero was something spectacular. I think we had 75, 80 mile an hour winds at some points, but Saturday itself was just kind of a peaceful, wet but peaceful day. We still had about 400 participants hit the trails. We also saw a mass exodus on Saturday, but I don't blame them. You know, nobody wants to sit in a buggy in the rain. But your hardcore enthusiasts, the Jeepers, and they went out and they conquered their trails in the rain.
In only a few short years, TrailHero has become one of the most important off-road events in the country. With its focus on people and the common bonds of adventure, access, and off-road machines, attendants bond with mutual respect for each other and the land that connects us all.
One of the goals that we had as a racer, I've raced a ton of off-roading all over the world. Australia, China, Mexico, Baja 1000 in a trophy truck. Some of the greatest racing ever. And one of the coolest things when you're racing is it's you in the desert and your co-pilot, and you're peeling out, and next thing you know, here comes a chopper as you're going, and you look up and there's a cameraman hanging out, and it gives you goosebumps thinking about it. And it's one of the coolest things ever. And what I try to make TrailHero to be, what we all aspire to do, is to have something cool here. So we rented a chopper. And what trail ride ever in the world has ever had a chopper lay it down and buzz the trail riders and pick up that moment as a guy's succeeding, making it up a rock climb, or out there with his buddies. And even though it was a little rainy, the guys that persevered, the guys that stayed and wheeled, they got in that. They got a part of that. And there's no other event that has that opportunity.
There's a trail hero in all of us. Whoever we are now and who we will become are ever defined by the journey.